everyone, and welcome to Co-optional. I'm Matt, and this is... Erin's not here. Erin is substitute teaching today at the girls' school. She made a commitment to substitute teach every so often, and they really needed someone. They needed someone last week, and she couldn't do it because she already committed to this. And so this week, she's like, yeah, I just feel bad. I just feel like I need to commit, and yeah, it's solo optional today. Solo optional. So she's there, substitute teaching Penny's class. Penny's my youngest. She's 5. Pastor Savage, you said a couple things. Taco Goat Cheese Pizza. We bought that game not long ago, and my girls really wanted to play it. And that was around the time where I had no idea what was going on with my wrist. And so like, you just slam your hand. If those of you watching don't know what that game is, imagine Slapjack, or what's another game we slap the table? Spoons. Imagine that game with goofier things. So Taco Cat, Goat Cheese Pizza. And then when the appropriate card pops up, you slap your hand on the table. The last one to slap on the table gets all the cards. You're trying to be the first one with 0 cards, I think. And so like my wrist is really hurting. My girls want to play, and I'm like, I just cannot do this. It hurts too much. So I kept getting all the cards. I lost real bad. And also, that's the playlist for you. This is actually just Harris Heller. Ghost. No, it's called Alpha Gaming. What's the Stream Beats? He has there's a bunch of stuff. Stream Beats, Harris Heller. It's just called Ghost. I'm playing kind of a spoopy game today, by myself, because it's a solo game. I'm playing Final Girl by Van Ryder Games, and I will say, it has a dark tone to it. Think classic horror films, but there's only really one spooky image on the board. And so if you are sensitive to a spooky image, Kate told me I should put my face over the guy, so it'd be easier for the rest of you. But I don't think it's too spooky. I actually kind of went back and forth on like, should I do this game? Like, it is based on a horror game. There's this guy killing people, but it's not bloody. It's not gruesome. Some of the cards are a little bit, I don't know. I'll be thoughtful about what I say on the internet here on Twitch. So where is Erin? Erin is teaching. She's substitute teaching a class, so she's not here. And I will say, next week, I don't know if I'm gonna be here. So that means she probably won't be here either, because I have my surgery for this old boy on Friday morning at 8 a.m. And we did some more research on it last night. Like, let me tell you, this is the amount of information I was given. Hey, you're gonna give surgery. You have some torn ligaments. We're gonna stick a camera down on your wrist and look at it before we slice you fully. And then if we see that it is bad, which it's torn, so it's bad, we'll fix it. Be here at 7:45 a.m. on that day. Someone will call you. One person called me, and they said, hey, are you allergic to anesthesia? Nope. Okay. Are you allergic to any of this stuff? Nope. All right, we'll see you then. I was like, what about my questions? What about my questions? So Erin and I did some research last night, and we're like, all right, let's just get some things out of the way. Like, let's try to find out how long recovery is actually going to be, because it's supposed to be a 6-week recovery. And I don't live stream the surgery. I looked up a picture and I made a giant mistake. I should not have done that. How long is recovery going to be? And they say it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks in a cast of some variety. But it's going to be up to 6 months before I can play any type of contact sport. So hockey is off the table for at least half the year now. Hey, what's happening? Welcome. Glad you're here. Thanks for that follow. So surgery Friday. I was really, really hopeful that I know one thing they're going to do is what's called a Bledsoe brace, where it's like it straps up here, it locks your elbow in place, and then it straps down here. and then after like a few weeks of your arm, like they'll start straightening it out for me. But from what we're reading on the internet, is it could be a full cast from elbow to my thumb. Oh, thanks for that subscription. I heard that from over yonder. Appreciate that. So we looked last night, and it looks like it could be elbow to wrist and even partially the thumb. So I can't play any video games for 6 to 8 weeks. I've only played 1 hour of Hogwarts Legacy. I guess I'm staying up all night tonight and tomorrow night. So I'm not looking forward to that. I'm really trying to enjoy like being able to pick up things with 2 hands. I'm going through like ideas like how am I gonna get my pants zipped up? So I'm gonna be wearing sweatpants for always. How am I gonna like, I don't know, start my car and put deodorant on and all this like stupid stuff that like, it will be fine and I'll figure it out. But just like thinking through all these dumb things. I'm going to Orlando with Bubba on the 5th. We're going to this conference called Exponential. It's for churches and church planters. We're going to kind of like just meet people, tell them about LTN and what we're doing and why we're doing it. And I was like, Aaron, I probably should dress pretty well. Do they make sweatpants that actually look like khakis or dress pants? And the answer is, I don't know. I know they make t-shirt tuxedos, like tuxedo t-shirts. I know they make like tearaway tuxedos, but I don't know if they make anything like a khaki sweatpant because it's gonna be really awkward. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna be, Bubba, can you please button and zip my pants every time I go to the bathroom? So we'll see. Oh, they do, but I have a feeling they're expensive. That's right. So Aaron has like a week and a half to just make me some. Go to Walmart. They have khaki joggers. Oh, okay. That's good to know. We'll see. Yeah, and also like Bubba like might have to do my hair. I'm at this point like, do I cut my hair? I do need a haircut. I'm at least gonna cut the sides and make the sides shorter. I don't want to cut the top. Like I really like you know, the flop here. But can I really like my hair? I went to Florida this last week with my second son, Ezra, for his 13th birthday. We had a free Airbnb. We had free flight vouchers. Made it there. It was awesome. So much fun. And I'll talk a little bit about what we did there. But I realized that my hair really hates humidity. Now I'm already doing the curly girl method where I'm using like very specific products that keep my hair from frizzing out. So like I have a special gel. Most gels and like soaps that have any type of like alcohol in it, it will dry your hair out and make it frizz. It didn't matter in Florida at all. Like I wish I took a video. Now maybe I'll share it somewhere. Just like waking up in the morning and my hair is like so huge. So can I actually do my hair one-handed, or is Bubba gonna have to put gel in my hair? I don't know. Oh, Bubba, I don't know. We're just talking about how you might have to like zip my pants up, or I have to get some khaki sweatpants, khaki joggers before we go to Exponential in a couple weeks. Sorry, the chat demanded it. I hope you're doing well this morning, Bubba. Yeah, we're gonna see. Friday is the day. I'll know more. I kind of put off like committing to anything next week because I just don't know how much pain I'll be in or how much it's gonna be and how much I'll be able to move. I don't know. If any of you have had ligament surgery before, please let me know. And I'm also to the point where like, do I just like, I don't know, like not get it fixed and just live? I can't throw a ball or anything, but I mean, when am I ever throwing a ball anyways? You can be the left. Hey, oh yeah, Bubba, have you been doing your exercises? Bubba has issues with his thumb on his left hand where he wasn't able to bend it. But Kate taught him these exercises that I didn't think they were gonna work, but maybe they did. Yeah, it'll be Jack Spratt and his wife or something. So, went to Florida this last week with my son for his 13th birthday trip. We're trying to do a 13th birthday trip for all of our kids. We have 5 kids, 2 boys, 3 girls. So I took my eldest year and a half ago to Niagara Falls, had a wonderful time, went camping, like really enjoyed the cool weather, hung out on Lake Erie. Lake Erie? Yeah, Lake Erie. Really great. And so this time, with free flights and free Airbnb, went to Florida because our son, Ezra, was born on Christmas. And you can't really do like a driving trip in the winter in the Midwest. I know some of you up north are getting snow and freezing rain, and I saw Drew, I'm not sure if Drew's in the chat, Sam, you all like had to put your windshield wipers up because freezing rain's coming. So we went to Florida. Aaron was like, hey, why don't you do a kayak trip in the Everglades? And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do a kayak trip in the Everglades. And she's like, no, just like, it's not, like, you're gonna be fine. Like, and then she read the website description and it's like, safe trip through the Everglades. And they're like, they said safe a few times. So I'm like, okay, like they're really trying to sell this here. Like, it is safe. So it's a kayak trip in the Everglades through a mangrove forest. And I was like, oh man, that sounds really cool. But in my brain, I'm like, there are alligators down there. There are crocodiles down there. There are snakes, boa constrictors down there. Like, best case scenario, I only see a manatee. That would be awesome. A little sea cow. Worst case scenario, I see a boa constrictor eating an alligator while a crocodile waits nearby in the water, but he's watching me because he knows the constrictor's gonna eat it all. So I said, you know what? Like, I only live once. Need to make this experience something Ezra will not forget. I said, all right, go ahead and book it. Let's do it. So the first day we drove to Key West, and no, that was the next day. The first day was our kayaking day. So we drove all the way out to the Everglades. We stayed in Homestead, which is about 35 minutes away. And the way Florida does things is their speed limits are whatever your normal speed limit is, like across the US, minus about 10 or 15. So it's very slow going. Yeah, exactly, it turned out. So we get there, we load up the kayaks on this tour, we drive out to this river that they're doing it on, and we get in and there's a launch point, and then there's like a bridge, and you cross under the bridge, and like that's kind of where we're like gathering to like set up and be ready to go. And like Ezra has never been kayaking before, or if he has, it's been like very little, like just kind of like small river kayaking, like out and back type kayaking, never like, having to keep it in these close quarters down a river with a lot of other people. So we get under this bridge. There's so many police officers down there. I did not want to be pulled over. They gave me a Mustang as my rental car. I did not order a Mustang. So I was afraid I was already going to be driving too fast anyhow. So we get under this bridge, we're stopping, we're waiting. The guy was like, hey, just to kind of explain, like, we're going to get up here, we're going to go single file because it's really narrow. And I look over at Ezra, and right, like, behind his boat, there's an alligator head just, like, popped up right there. I was like, Ezra, like, why don't you go ahead and just paddle forward slowly? And Ezra's like, what? Just go ahead and, like, just paddle forward slowly. He's like, why? I'm like, just do it. And it's like, he goes forward, and then the alligator head goes, bloop, and it goes back under. I was like, is this what this trip's gonna be like? Like, we're already here. And like, I'm from the middle of the country, the Midwest, like Indiana, Michigan. I lived in Kentucky. Like, there are no alligators around these parts unless they're in the zoo. We have King Louie at the Louisville Zoo. He's an albino alligator, whatever. He's not gonna bite me. I'm not gonna be in the water with him. So like, this alligator, no less than 5 minutes in, is already right by our boat. And I'm like, okay, Ezra, like, be mindful. Be mindful. Like, I'm trusting that the guide knows what he's doing. He does this before. He's not gonna lead us into the mouth of the alligator. So yeah, that's right. We're definitely built for Bigfoot. Like, we don't need gators. We head down this river. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Like, they said that the whole river was from rainwater. It's not salt water, all rainwater. And he's like, it's actually really low for this time of year. Like, this is our dry season. And I was like, oh, wow. So we're going down, and we're like going, weaving in and around these corners. And then there's like, there's an alligator over there. He's like, oh, just be careful. There's an alligator over there. And I was like, Oh my gosh. So like we like keep paddling, and like we make it past, no problem. He's like, all right, there's a mother alligator up here with babies. Just like, we're gonna go around this corner, it's gonna be right in the corner. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I know, I get it now. I get it now. They are, but in my brain, like these things are like gonna like death roll me. So he's like, there's a mother alligator up here with her baby just in the corner. Just go around, stick to the left, and you know, just don't linger, basically. And we're like, okay. And then like Ezra's like has been all over this, like it's probably like I would say maybe 7 or 8 feet wide river, and he's all over the place. So I'm like, he's gonna go like right into this mother alligator. I know he is. And he thankfully stayed to the left, and I go by, and it's this mother alligator with like 4 or 7, or I can't tell how many little alligators. Come to find out, they're not very protective when they're already hatched. If they were eggs, she'd be more protective. So we make it all the way down, unscathed. Many alligators along the way. They didn't care. So I've learned that Floridians are like with alligators, how people from Kansas are with tornadoes, and probably how people from Wisconsin and Michigan are with like snow and ice storms. Like it's fine. Like you're gonna be okay. Like, it's not a big deal. I felt a lot safer. Even on the way back, our guide's like, yeah, if you want to stop and take a picture of the mom with her babies, you can do that. And I was like, I like the idea of this, but I feel like I can't keep the thing from going straight all the time. So I just like, I'm afraid I'm gonna like mess it up, and we didn't die. The mangroves are awesome. Like you get to this point where like it was a tunnel of trees you're going underneath. Mangroves, if you don't know, they can live in fresh and salt water. They absorb they can suck up the water, and they put the salt into like these single leaves they turn yellow and they fall off, and they're the eldest leaves in the tree, if that tells you anything. So, Floridians, yeah, that's right. Straight from Florida. Hey, so I'm gonna play a game pretty soon. What are we talking about? Skulls here? Yeah. Hey, check out Skulls, because you can order stuff. You can't order this shirt, but you can get like a hat and a flag. You can get a jersey. What else can you get? Hat, flag, jersey. Another hat. Different hat. Arm sleeve. What? Like a little arm sleeve. I don't even have a flag. Sweatpants. You can get sweatpants. You can get a hoodie thing. Yeah, the joggers. Not khaki joggers though. Like, I'm disappointed, because what am I gonna wear to Florida in a couple weeks here? Not those. Maybe I should ask them to make me some LTN khaki joggers. Anyways, Erin's usually here. She's not today. So I'm going to be playing a solo game. So we're kind of like doing not co-optional, but solo optional. And I'm going to be playing a game called Final Girl from Van Ryder Games. It's a game I had my eye on for, well, quite a while. I think the first time I saw it was Gen Con last year. Bubba was looking at it. We spent a whole lot of time at that booth, just like listening to what it's all about, thinking about it, walking through, like just really thinking about it, until I put this game on my nerdy wishes. I was just hoping like, hey, it's a cheap game. You can get the core game for $15 to $20, which is pretty awesome. I was like, just put it on there. Like, I need good solo player games. What originally kind of like deterred me from picking it up at Gen Con was it's a horror game, and I'm not really a horror guy. I don't really watch a lot of those types of movies. I don't really, they're not really my thing, okay? So I didn't get it. I passed. I think Bubba passed too. I don't think he got it either. Yo, Dad, what's up? Good to see your name. Are you still in the Great White North? Have you moved on? Let me know. I miss you. He did pass. So I passed. I was like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like it might not be my cup of tea. But the more like it kind of like continued to come out and people played and I saw more about it, I was like, I'm gonna have to get this game, aren't I? I'm gonna have to get this game, because I just am looking for solo games sometimes when I don't want to play a video game, it can be a game where I can learn and just do it and not have to think too much, but also having a challenge. So I put this game on Nerdy Wishes, and if you don't know what that is, we have a group in our Discord you can sign up for. Not right now, we're locked right now, but there'll be a new season for that coming where you put your Amazon wish list up and people will buy you things off of your wish list and you buy things off of their wish list. It's kind of like a secret Santa in February, because why not? And then throughout the year, we do it a couple times each year. So if you want to be a part of that, go to Discord, ask about it. We can let you know more about it there. So it came in, and what I didn't realize, because I didn't pay very good attention, okay? Oh, yes, Bubba. I've been thinking about maybe getting that and playing it, because why not? Yeah, our friends, Brass Birmingham just became the #1 game on BGG. Great game, super great game. So Final Girl came in the mail. Thank you, Tierney, for giving me that. Middle of March. Okay, Dad, do you know where you're going next? If you don't want to share that, that's fine too. You can just say yes or no. Thanks for those bits cheered. Appreciate that. Bubba, keep failing and getting games. Comes in, and I open it up. I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to learn how to play this. I didn't listen very well when we were at Gen Con, I guess. I didn't realize, or I didn't read very well either, because I've been looking at the game, that with the core box, that's not a full game. And I was like, are you, what? Going home to Texas? You're done? Is it? Are you no more nursing? You're done. Well, congratulations. Was that the full time already? I didn't think you were supposed to be up there for this long. I thought it was like a short time. Great. Are you excited about that? Sorry, I'm doing like many conversations. Look at it, and you need more than just the core box in order to actually play the full game. They have what's called feature films, and each feature film has a couple final girls. And the final girls, like, think about if you've ever watched those types of movies, like there's usually one girl or one, sometimes a guy, usually it's a girl, who's left. And they're the one who needs to stop the monster, murderer, whoever. So they have these feature films based around different classic horror icons. Now, they don't have the rights to say like a Freddy Krueger or a Jason or whoever you might want them to, like, what's the little weird guy? Super excited. Okay, yeah, let's talk another time. I'm gonna reach out to you. So they have people like Dr. Fright, and Dr. Fright is the one I picked up. And then they each have they have locations, and all of these can be combined. So I picked up the Dr. Fright on Maple Street, and it may sound like somebody else's adventure that you may have heard of before, but legally distinct property. And I'm so glad yeah, I don't know if there's a Chucky, Bubba. There's a Poltergeist. There's one kind of based on Jason that has like a pig mask. There's some carnival guy. No, I'm thinking like, what's that? The little weird guy from the Saw movies. I never seen it, so I don't remember his name. Jigsaw puzzle piece. What's his name? Jigsaw puzzle. Jigsaw. There it is. Yeah, the only doctor I know is Dr. Pepper. Yeah, 23 calories and 23 flavors. So I'm so glad I picked this up. I'm going to be doing a playthrough today. If I've had a lot of you seem interested in what this game looks like, and I'll talk through it. I'm going to do a little bit of a setup. The game does take a little bit of setup, at least the first few times you've played, just because you need to get used to it. And like I said, you can combine any of the final girls with any of the baddies, with any of the locations. So right now I only have Dr. Fright at Maple Lane, and it came with 2 of the final girls. One's Sheila, and the other one is a name that I can't remember right now, that she's in the box, and I went with Sheila. Look, we switched to, I probably can do it. There we go, did it. All right, so I had the game all set up. Mostly, I left a couple things. Well, it looks like one major thing left to do, the actual setup of the board. So the nice thing about these, I'm gonna try not to ruin how this looks. These actually are part of the box that come off. Like, this is the side edge, there are magnets on there, and you just peel off the cover, and then you have Maple Lane ready to play. Same with Dr. Fright. I'm not gonna pick his up, but you can see this also has like that bend on there. This is the other side of the board, and it shows, I think, Sheila or the other lady, the other girl. I can't remember her name right now. Super cool, super cool. Trays, like everything has a spot in the tray, which I love. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, last week. Just having games that have a space for everything and everything in its place. So that's really cool. They do make play mats. They do make a big storage box for all the Final Girls. I think there are like maybe 6. And then there's the Birds expansion, a Terror from Above expansion that all fit in what looks like, they look like VHS cassette or VHS tape boxes. And if you don't know what that is, ask your mom. Let me tell you, it's like a DVD without the circle bit you hold. It's like a CD, but it's like bigger, and it's like you watch a show on it, and you put it into a VCR. Anyways, it's this box that looks like all the VHS tapes are lined up, and then above it, it looks like a VCR, and you can flip that up and you can roll in, put your playmat in there. Super cool design. Like this, the production of this game is like top notch. I wish that a lot of other game companies, I know some do, would just kind of look at how they're utilizing everything. Like no wasted box space, no wasted pieces of the box. Like usually the lid comes off and you throw it off to the side and like that's it. It's like a DVD, but it's like instead of you putting it into a DVD player, you put it into like a rectangle, like it's a rectangle, and then it's like a laser disc, but it's smaller and not cylindrical. It's rectangle, and you just pop it in like that, and then you adjust the tracking on it like that, and it makes it clear. It's like putting on glasses, but it's like the rectangle. It's like magic tape with video on it, but plastic in a plastic rectangle, right? So it's just like that. So there you go. So today, Dr. Fright, Nightmare on Maple Lane. I'm gonna go ahead and do the setup. I'm gonna read some flavor text because the base game will come with your base game rule book, and then the rest of them will come with like little mini rules that kind of explain how this character and this location work. For Dr. Fright, I can't damage him, I can't hurt him, and he can't hurt me unless we're in the boiler room. And there's this whole like sequence of being able to be you're awake on the streets helping people, or you're asleep and you're in the boiler room. And when you're asleep, you enter this boiler room and he might be able to attack you. And that's not good. That's not good at all. And yeah, so I'm gonna do a quick setup. I've mixed together terror cards from both Maple Lane and the Dr. Fright. You shuffle them all together and then you deal out 10. So there's only 10 here, not a lot. When these 10 run out, we go to the final scene and we start flipping over these cards here that do a little bit more damage. I'll talk about that. Thanks for that, Lurk. Hope you're having a good morning. I'm sure kids are running everywhere. So setup. There's a whole deck for setup cards. They're all right here, and they show you exactly where to place your victims and where to place yourself. Can I go a little higher there? Where to place yourself, and then where to place the killer. So wherever the ones are, that's where I'm going to be placing one victim, which I'll show you what those are in a minute. Twos are 2 victims. I'm that yellow blobby thing, and then the killer is that K down there. So I'm going to set these up. The victims are these little yellow meeples. Aren't they cute? They're not going to die, that's for sure, but probably. So plop them down in the appropriate locations. Like that. You all playing any games today, this weekend? I mentioned earlier I've only been able to play 1 hour of Hogwarts Legacy. My kids have played a bunch of it. I was going to play last night, but I wanted to play this one more time just to feel more comfortable with it. Oh, you're snapping. Luke was just telling me about an extension for OBS. I guess this is mostly for anyone who streams. That if someone in the chat puts ! card and then a name of like a character, the stat or the ability for that card, that character will pop up in chat, which I think is super cool. People are just too smart, you know? Okay, so that's set up. Oh, one more, and then I'll place myself and the murderer. Okay, so this is Maple Lane. You can kind of see that where all the people are here, and then a couple spots around them, these are homes on Maple Lane. There's a street in the middle. They're all hanging out in their houses. they're scared, okay? They're scared. They're not gonna leave their houses, and they're not gonna let me come into their house unless I convince them. And we'll talk about how to do that here in just a minute, but it's one of the actions I can do if I have it in my hand. First, I'm going to read a little flavor text, and then we'll kind of jump into how the actions work. Okay, this is from the Spring Hill Police Report, okay? Case ID 26006-135. We got that? Wait, does that work here for this game? You can try it, yeah. Give an exclamation point card, Dr. Fright. Don't really do that, it won't work. I was in some sort of boiler room, and a grotesque man with a pitchfork was chasing me. I was sure he was going to kill me. He felt so real. He had pock-marked scars all over his skin, and his eyes were milky white. A strange black something, maybe a cloud, but with eyes, swirled behind him. I was terrified, so I turned and ran. I rounded a corner and lost my footing. I staggered into some pipes, and they burned my skin so badly. That's when I woke up. I thought it was a dream, but I had a severe burn on my arm from the pipes. Spooky. All right, so then we're Maple Lane. Maple Lane runs through a typical American suburban neighborhood in the quaint town of Spring Hill. Maple Lane was a street like any other, at least until someone got murdered. Now the residents are fearful of outsiders and wary of each other. But that doesn't stop them from gathering for holidays and letting their children play in the streets. They may soon regret having such a false sense of security. That's why they don't want to come out. So that's kind of the setup here. Dr. Fright invading your dreams, taking you to the boiler room, trying to get you to, I guess, work or fix the boiler. I don't know. Seems like it's too hot. It's burning skin. Hey, thanks for that follow. Appreciate that. All right, so there's a few different aspects of this game that we kind of need to talk about. So there's time. You really need to manage your time. Each of the cards in my hand, except the case of these ones, have a little time marker on there. When I purchase these cards, I have to make sure I have enough time available to purchase them. Now the zero cost cards, I can just take no matter what, as long as I don't have more than 10 cards in my hand. Now a lot of these cards here on the table are gonna cost me time. A lot of the actions I do when I roll a horror roll are gonna cost me time. So in this case, if I wanted to walk, I can. If I roll 2 successes, I can move 2 spaces, but then I need to move the time down. So when I get to the planning phase, if I only have, 1 left on my time track, I'm not gonna be able to purchase a whole lot. And it's also important to note, like, any cards I play on this turn won't be available to purchase until next turn. So I'm gonna be playing cards from my hand. I'm gonna be rolling dice, horror dice, in order to succeed. Like I showed right here, if I end up rolling 2 stars, you can use your imagination. 2 stars there, I get to do this top one. 1 star, I get to do the middle one. No stars, I usually get to do something still, but it's not gonna be super great. So in this case, if I rolled 0 stars, I get to move a space, I lose a heart, and I lose 2 time, or I can just lose 2 time. So if I really needed to move, I could, do it with a little bit of struggle. So that's walk. After I play him, it goes to a discard pile until the end. Then I do a whole planning phase where I purchase more for the following turn. The amount of dice I roll is dependent on this horror tracker. So in this certain villain monster has me start at level 4 here. Well, it didn't work. Sorry. Wait, we'll see. Old Dr. Fright. He starts at 4. As we increase the horror, and if I end up getting to this point, I only get to roll 1 die in order to get my successes to hopefully work. If I lessen the horror, I could potentially get up to being able to roll 3 die on a turn, which is super cool. So I want to manage that. I'm managing time. The thing about the time going down after you purchase cards, it always resets back to 6. Even if I had, like, we'll say 4 left, that's lost time. It goes back to 6. It starts at 6 every turn. Now I can discard cards from my hand during the action phase to increase time, if I'm just kind of planning ahead a little bit, because there are some cards here that cost me 6 to pick up. That's this critical blow one right here that allows me to do damage to him. So trying to keep track of all these little things while I'm making sure that his bloodlust level doesn't increase too much, because the more bloodlust he has, the quicker he moves, the more damage he does, the more this horror track goes up. Like, it's just bad news bears all around. So, oh, Dad, have a good day. We'll see you later on. We need to chat later. I'd love to hear more about it. So as his bloodlust goes up, we just need to be thoughtful of that. There are ways to bring things down. Not the bloodlust, I don't think. Not a card I've run into, at least. So as he kills off people, we're going to be flipping these terror cards that has him move and attack me or the victims here. As he kills them off, they go down here to this dead pile, and that increases the bloodlust. I, however, can walk, pick people up. I need to put 2 people there. I almost didn't do that. I can, like, they follow me, and if I have them follow me to one of the exits here, they go onto my card down here. Today I'm being Sheila, because Sheila's tough. She has 6 health, and I was hoping not to die too quickly. Every time I save a victim, get him to an exit, I put them on this card. If I fill up all 6 of these, I flip it over. I have a bonus action I can do, which is super cool. I think. Yeah, it's way less complicated. I'm giving you the general overview. It is way less complicated, but I dove deep to make sure, because usually what happens most weeks, also good morning, most weeks I'll learn the game, I'll teach Aaron will read through the rule book, and then if it gets to the point where I'm like, I don't remember, do you remember how that goes? She's usually able to jump in and say, yeah, of course I do. This week, however, there was no Aaron, and Luke snapping over there, and he doesn't know the game. So good to see your face as well. Are you going to Exponential in Orlando, Seth? Okay, let's do this. So we're gonna start with the action phase. Now I'm able to play any or all or some or part or whatever of cards from my hand, okay? And as I do it, I'm gonna set them aside. I guess I still do have a walk. I did mention this Maple Lane is a little bit different. Normally you can just walk up and do whatever action you want in any spot, but Maple Lane's a little bit different because these victims are a little bit skittish, and they don't want to be around people. You can't just walk into their house unless you convince them. And I don't have any of these cards in my hand, so I'm going to basically start walking towards the middle. Now, one thing I need to do before I do my first action is an event. Events only take place at the beginning, and then anytime the terror card tells me to do it. So, all right. Officer Cop. If you are scared, I would be happy to escort you out of the area. So place the cop car token on the door of your choice. Each upkeep, move it 1 space toward the opposite exit. Victims in the space with the cop car will move with it and are considered saved when they reach the door, and remove the cop when it reaches the exit. So let's put that right there. And then over yonder, no travel time anywhere really happening this year except for work trips. Pay tax. Yeah, we have to get our taxes done fully. We're very close. Are there any girls other than that? No, just me. I'm the final girl. I'm Sheila. Refer to me as Sheila for now until the end of this here playthrough. All right, so I'm gonna hopefully just bank on the fact that this police car, put it right there, is gonna be able to escort these people to the other exit before Dr. Fright can slice and dice. So yeah, Sheila is the final girl. I was planning on having a year with less travel, and I think I am. I'm going to less conventions, but it's the final girl. I gotcha. But I'm going to several places this year. Not as many conventions as I did the past few years. I think there was one year I went to 8 or 9 different conventions, and that was a very full year. I'm still tired. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna try to reduce the horror level right away with a little bit of focus. This will allow me to give me 2 time and reduce the horror level. I really would like to be able to get more dice. So I'm gonna keep this right here for just for a second, but it's actually gonna go off to the discard pile at the end after I roll. So I roll these 2 dice. All right, I got 1 success. One thing I didn't mention is on the 3 and the 4 of this die, if I rolled that, I can discard 2 of my action cards in order to get another success. So in this case, I rolled a blank and a star, which is fine by me. Honestly, that's fine. So I reduce the horror by 1. I do lose a time, not a big deal. Put that over there. Now I do have another focus, and I think I'm gonna just do it right away. Again, I can do as many of these actions as I want. It is beneficial, however, to keep some cards for the next round, because if I keep getting down on my time, I won't be able to purchase anymore. I'm just kind of like what's known as a sitting duck. So, oh, yay! 2 blankaroos. It couldn't have gone worse. Perfect. Those dice are cursed forever. Okay, that would have been nice to roll better than that. I am gonna walk. Oh my gosh, these are awful. I'm gonna walk, and hopefully, I only lose 1. A roll a better. Let's get the better dice here. All right, so if I roll 2, I'm gonna be able to move 2 spaces, and I lose just 1 time. That can afford me to at least get a convince, and hopefully I can get into this house right here. Well, I can move 1 space. That's fine. That's all I need to do. 1 space, lose 1 time, totally fine. Guys, I know that's the problem. This hand doesn't want to roll anything. All right, so I've gotten to the point where I have a few of these left. I can short rest. You see here we each have our own health. I start with 6. Dr. Fright starts with 9. Hi out there. The Tants are waving through the window. Hope you're well. Okay, bye. Now I have 6 health. He has 9 health. The way this game kind of works though is we each have these little discs here. And what happens is if you get to this point and they need to that's their last health, because this counts as a health as well, you flip it over, and it's possible myself, the final girl, or the murderer will come back to life with a certain amount of health. So you gotta keep that in mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stop there. I kind of floundered a little bit. I was able to move. I reduced my horror some, but yeah, I see it's a problem. I should never roll with that. All right, so we did the action phase. Now we go to the planning phase where I can purchase cards. I have a couple to spend, so I am going to do a convince. So I put that in my hand, and I am going to do. Well, I move 1 down because that costs 1. I have 1 more to spend. I guess I'm going to do a close call. The close call says play after any horror roll, and you can re-roll any 1 die, or I can re-roll all the die for 2 time. So put that in my hand. Now, I reset this back to 6. All the cards I had played on the previous turn get put to be available to purchase. I'm just going to put them up here. I'm not sure you can see them. Yeah, you can see them. Right there. And then I go into the killer phase. The killer has an always power right here at the top of their card, and you do that action. So he's going to target either myself or a victim, a final girl or a victim, and he's going to kill him. Now, he doesn't have any movement, so he can't move. The thing about Maple Lane is not only can I not get into their houses, or actually, I'm sorry, the thing about Dr. Fright is we can't attack each other unless I'm in the boiler room asleep. That's when we can do damage to each other. So he will always target one of the other victims before he comes for me. So in this case, it says that, but he would have targeted one of the victims. So we don't do anything there. He can't move. You'll see little boot symbols when they can move. So now we're gonna flip over one of these terror cards. They told us to hide. So first I'm going to increase the horror. And then I'm going to place 1 new victim in each home that is not connected to an exit. So 1 new victim in each home that is not connected to an exit. Wait, I'm sorry, that's not connected. So these 2 are connected to that. This one's connected to that. So 1 here, 1 here, here, and here. There we go. Okay, and then they want me to draw an event card. All right. Boyfriend. He is sort of clingy and always wants to talk. Typical boyfriend. All right, so I grabbed this blue meeple, tells me to do that. Place this special victim in the boyfriend's house. This is your boyfriend. If the killer would target you, the killer instead targets the boyfriend. During upkeep, move the boyfriend 2 spaces toward you. Then if the boyfriend is in your space, -2 on time. So he goes in the boyfriend's house. That goes there. All right, so I've done the killer phase, which was resolve that, resolve a tarot card. Then we go to the panic phase. Anytime someone dies, if that victim died in a space that still has a victim that's alive, that victim panics. And you roll a die, and depending on what they roll, they move to a location. Each of these spots have a number on it. They move this way or that way. So there's no one died. That was kind of a big surprise. Now we do the upkeep phase. So if the tarot deck is gone, we reveal the finale here, but it's fine, so we're good. Then we just go back to the top. I also can rearrange any items I might have in my hand. I have a whole options of searching and finding equipment. So you can see there's a megaphone, a rifle, a Bible, and a archery bow that all do something a little bit different. There's also a couple cards below those as well. So, all right, don't have a whole lot to do here. So I'm going to actually try to convince, get in this house right here. Now, when people follow me, only 2 victims can follow me at a time. So one of them's gonna be like, I'm fine, I don't even think it's real. I'm gonna stay here and just hang out. So I still get to roll 2 die, thankfully. Not the curse to die. All right. Mildly cursed. So right now I have 0 successes. And if I take that, I get to enter the home, I lose a heart, and then I immediately stop my turn, which might not be the worst thing, to be honest, because I can't really do a whole lot this turn anyways. So I also could play my close call, which allows me to re-roll, which I might do. This might be worth saving for later. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter the home. I don't have a search ability anyhow, so I'll enter the home, because you do need a search ability in order to actually like search for items. So I'm gonna pick up one of those during my planning phase and be ready for next turn. So I will do nothing, enter the house, and then I lose a heart, and then I stop my turn immediately. That's what this little black X with the red around it means. So this goes to the discard pile. I then move on to the planning phase again, and at this point, I have 6 to spend, so I'm definitely gonna grab a search. That's gonna take me down 2. And I can take back all of the 0 cards if I want to, as long as I'm not over 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a few more to spend here. This game, welcome, is called Final Girl. It's a solo horror game. I'm the final girl in a horror movie, and we're going off against Dr. Fright. Dr. Fright we can only injure each other, hit each other while we're in the boiler room when I'm asleep. Kind of like a character you may have heard of, Freddy Krueger's Day Off, Weekend at Freddy Krueger's. Okay, so I have a few more to spend. I'm gonna go ahead and look for ways to make I'm gonna get a distraction with this 3. And then I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm probably gonna grab the walk. I'll grab both these. So I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 1 more to spend if I want it. And I guess I'll go with another convince, just in case I get out there. Yeah, so this is from Van Ryder Games. It came out maybe a year and a half year ago. Not super long. One I've had my eye on for a long time. If you didn't see it, but I think you're just joining. These are part of the board, or I'm sorry, part of the box that you detach. They have magnets on it to keep it sealed and tight, and you use them for the boards in the game, which I think is super cool. Chad, what's up? What is his doctorate in? What did he do? Dr. Fright. Oh, he was a dentist. He was a dentist, obviously. But he was like kind of like a really weird dentist. Like he used a pitchfork to get out, like to poke holes for cavities to fill them. It didn't go well for him, so he left the practice and he was disbarred. So that's probably better, Wasabi. PhD at horribleness. Hey, this is the planning stage. Killer phase. He can't move. He would kill somebody in a space, but he has no one to kill. So we flip the next card. I said, don't look back. Oh, you know what I forgot to do last turn? Move the police car up. There we go. He's gonna pick up those victims. If there are no doors that have at least one victim, discard this and draw the next card. There aren't any, so they were looking for any victims in these green spaces there. There aren't any, so it says discard it and draw the next one. They just got hit by a car. If there are no victims in the street spaces, discard and draw another tarot card. There are. One victim in a street space of your choice is killed. Boo, so they're dead. Now, when any time a victim dies, you put them here. Anytime they die, you're put there, you move up the bloodlust. So now he moves up the horror track. Thank you very much. He still does 1 damage. He still only moves 1 per boot. The correct answer, thank you. All right, and then after the victim dies, they're gonna target 1 victim. They're gonna be able to move 1 space and do 1 attack. So in this case, he's gonna move to the closest victim. Then you go there, he's gonna slice and dice, boom, this moves up again. So now he's doing 1 damage still, but for every boot, he'll be able to move 2 spaces. So that wasn't super fun. Didn't like that one at all. Then we go to the panic phase. There are no other victims in a spot. We go to the upkeep phase. So this moves here. Thank you very much. Just mosey him on right out of town. And then we go back to the top of the action phase, right back to me. So the first thing I'm gonna do is hopefully do a distraction that will allow me to kind of get my, this should have been back at 6. Hopefully get the horror down and then increase my time a little bit. So I get to roll 2 dice still. Ugh. I hate everything. I just hate everything. -4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that gonna be okay? Oh man, I need to figure out what I want to do here. I'll go ahead, and I don't think I'm going to be attacked this turn. So that should have been back over here, by the way. You all got to help me remember to put that back. I'll discard 2 cards in order to hopefully I'll be able to at least get some positive here. I don't feel like I need a short rest yet, so I'm going to discard short rest and weak attack. Right now we're not attacking, and it's not going to be great. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this number 4 with the 2 cards into a success. So this moves up, which is pretty cool. And this goes to the discard pile. I'm going to do focus and just really trying to move this up. I really want to be able to roll 3 dice. Oh, that wasn't a real roll. Oh, maybe it was a real roll. Oh my gosh, that's awful. No, was it? Because I rolled with my right hand again. So, well, let's just say I didn't. Let's see what happens. Oh, see, there we go. Now I would have done better. It's my game. I'm gonna do what I want. Always roll right-handed. I'm gonna go 1 more time on that. Rolling left-handed, and it sort of is okay. -1 again, +1 there. Okay, now I'm gonna search in this room. Is there no other way to move that up? Okay, I'll search, rolling 2 dice, hoping for the best. Well, at least got 1. Take the top item card in your space. So right now I'm in the northwest quadrant of the map. So I get to grab this megaphone. And I'm not the bad guy. This is my game. I can do whatever I want. I also have to move down 1. Did I already move down 1? I don't remember. Okay, so I got the megaphone. Hey, you! Go that way. No, that way. The other way. So once per action phase, you may move any victim on the board 1 space. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, we'll go ahead and equip that. So there's only certain times you can equip items. When you pick them up, you can rearrange your hand and backpack. And at the end of the round, at the upkeep phase, you can rearrange things as well. So that is pretty cool. But I think I'm gonna walk quickly. Hold on, did I mess up? No, I didn't mess up. Just remember, I'm trying to remember if I moved the police officer. I actually did mess up because my boyfriend would have moved here to come looking for me. All right, so I'm gonna use the megaphone and force one of these there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and walk myself and see if I can at least get these people out, which would be awesome. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do close call and re-roll this one. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't even matter. I'm thinking. I guess I'm gonna spend these 2 in order to be able to move 1 space. So I'm gonna move, and everyone's gonna follow me. Okay, not great. I'm out of cards. I'm kind of a little nervous here, but I do get to purchase some in the planning phase. I have 7. I have a feeling things are gonna go downhill quickly. So I feel like I need to get a sprint to be able to move. So that's gonna cost me 2. I'm gonna go ahead and get a Furious Strike, I think. Goes down 4. That goes over here. I can't believe did I not move cards over from the beginning? No, I think they're all gonna go back. Wow, that's not really great for me. I have another one to spend. Guess I'll do a close call. No. Oh, shoot. 1, 2. Tough one. I know, seriously, time for some new dice. Still, they don't want to work for me. Okay, I'll go ahead and get this close call. I don't love it. I have no way to protect myself. I could actually die here pretty quickly. I just feel like there's gonna be a point where the boiler room happens. I'm asleep, and it's not gonna be good. All right, I did the planning phase. That would have taken me down to 0. Now I reset back to 6. I put cards back. All the 0 ones can just kind of be in the same spot. Oh, that's good. There we go. Search, focus, distraction, short rest, weak attack. So there were no 0 cards left this round, which kind of stinks. All right, killer phase. First thing he does is that. Doesn't have anyone in space, thankfully. So we flip a terror card for him. Endless sleep. Endless sleep. So this is called a minor dark power, which will stay with the Dream Doctor here. He's actually a doctor of dreams, Steve. I just read that. He's Dr. Fright, the Dream Doctor, PhD. So number 1, you fall asleep. So let's do that now. So I have this little deck of cards over here. You probably kind of saw them. What I do is I take the awake card, put it on the bottom, and then I flip everything over. And now I'm asleep in the boiler room. Super cool, right? It's actually kind of like, this stinks for me because I can't save any victims. I can't move any victims while I'm sleeping. You're the dreamologist, yep. Chad, I did too. Thankfully, the game is not super expensive if you don't get everything. If you get everything, it gets expensive. But you can get the core game for about 15, and you can get one of the feature films for about 15. So if you that will give you enough to play, there's 2 final girls and 1 location and 1 monster. All right, so this is the boiler room. So victims will not follow you during movement and cannot be saved. So Doctor of Honorology. I know, Chad, you can't get everything. Or you can't not get everything. I know. I'll be honest. I got another one just before it went live. I was like, Luke, which one should I get? And yes, it's by Van Ryder Games. Yep. Yep. Chad, you just don't look at all the things you can get and you'll be fine. It's just when you start looking at like the case that carries them all, the playmat, and like the 6 or ish expansions, feature films you can get, don't do it. All right, so we'll talk about what they mean in a second, but there's a little bit more. So you fall asleep. While this card is in play, you must remain asleep. Reset the boiler room immediately upon exiting. So this goes up here. This card has another health on it. So when I can finally do damage to him, which is now that I'm in the boiler room, I take it from here first. When that disappears, it goes away. So I just need to be able to hit him. Just kind of like in a bad spot, you know? Oh, Siri wanted me to know if I could try it again. I can't. All right, so the way the boiler room works is I have to reveal a part of the card. Now that can be like the bottom half or the left or the right half. And there's four cards for the boiler room. On each of those cards, it has Dr. Fright, okay? So there's even a possibility that like I can reveal just the top corner. So if I go down, down and then to the right, then I can go to the next one like up, and I would just reveal that top corner. If the top corners, or if the corner is revealed, or part that's revealed that has Dr. Fright on it, he attacks me. And I have to at least do one action in the boiler room for the asleep boiler. And I'll show you how to do it in just a second because it's almost back to my turn anyhow. So he did some really not great stuff. I'm now sleeping. He didn't kill any, no. He did that. He didn't kill anyone. He's not moving. That's pretty cool still. Like, we're still all right. Then we do the panic phase, nothing, and then we do the upkeep phase. So I remember that my police officer is gonna move a space, but my boyfriend is gonna move toward me. And if he ends his space in my space, it goes down 2. And I can't save him because I'm in the boiler room. So what I really need to do is give him a damage, but he is so far away. So far away. Oh my gosh. Why does he gotta be like this? All right, we're going back to the top here. We're going to the action phase. It's not good, everybody. It's not good. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is sprint. Yeah, I'm gonna sprint. Here, 1 success. So getting 1 success means I can move 2 spaces at the cost of 1 time. Now, I think I'm just gonna stop there because he's gonna, I need to do this still before I go into the planning phase, but I think is gonna do something not great. Yeah, he's about to fix, yeah, he's gonna, well, let me get my, my smaller pitchfork here. All right, so I'm gonna slide this top card in a direction of my choice for the boiler room. This is a really unique mechanic here. I'm gonna slide it up. All right, you slide it until you get to like that line. He didn't show up. We're okay. We didn't do anything. Good news. But now I know that the other cards, like there's some process of elimination, like where you can kind of like hopefully figure out where he might be. This card I'm safe. Like I can kind of figure out as I go, hopefully. There might be a round where he doesn't attack me at all if I'm smart enough about it. So I'm gonna move this up here until I do that again. I'm only gonna do 1 boiler room action right now because it's endless sleep, even if I did another one, it wouldn't matter. So, all right. Now my boyfriend's gonna come hang out with me again in just a second. So we go on to the planning phase. I have about 3 to spend. I need him to like leave me alone. Did you ever think about that? Did you ever think about leaving me alone? I'm gonna go guard, which cost me 2. Yeah, he never asked me if I wanted him to leave me alone, but I'm gonna go ahead and get close call because that will help me re-roll something. Guard allows me to ignore all damage. It's pretty great because I think a hit's coming. Close calls allows me to re-roll a die. I did that before. I still have Furious Strike, so I'm hoping that I can hit him. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move a victim toward an exit, and I'm actually gonna move this one here. They don't get to escape until I'm in this space with them, but at least if I come back this way, they'll be closer. I just need to land here and they can leave. So hopefully I can take care of that. So now we move on to the upkeep phase. No, he needs to do a phase. And I think I'm going to purchase all of these as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would have taken me down to zero when I got that one. This goes back up to 6. I have a bunch of cards in my hand. This is going to be helpful in case he does hit me. Now I do his phase, where he has no one in his space, thankfully. He can't attack me now. So if he has a move and attack, he'll come after me, probably. All right, but if this is a dream, then I can, if you are awake, I'm not. Otherwise, you may increase the bloodlust by 1 to choose one of the following. Take the top item card of any deck. Ooh. Move any space you wish. Gain 4 time. Oh my gosh, that's actually really good. Hold on. Forgot to do something earlier. Just don't mind my head overhead. Okay, I need to see. But after you search a room or a house, you put an X in there so you can't search it again. Okay, I think I will increase the bloodlust, but I need to decide what exactly I'm gonna do. So this is gonna move here. I'm thinking about doing time. That way I can have some really good cards on my next turn. Because I know the boyfriend's gonna come and talk to me here real soon. He's gonna be clingy. What does he say? He's sort of clingy and always wants to talk. So he's clingy and always wants to talk. So he's gonna move to me. So I think I'm gonna move my time up just so I can get more stuff. But having that Bible would be really nice because when resolving a convince act, no, that's not what I want. The rifle would be nice too. You can modify an action card. It must be used without one. Oh man, these are so great. I'm gonna move time up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. That's him. I moved him up the blood. If he gets one more bloodlust, he's gonna have his dark power, which flips over this card right here. Okay. No panic. He's not attacking very much. He's not killing hardly anyone, which is great because I'm not saving anyone either. We do the upkeep phase, which boyfriend comes on over. Come back! I go down 2. And then the police officer moves, and it says, remove the cop car and discard this card when they reach an exit. Victims in the space of the cop car are moved with... Oh, they're considered saved. So the police car took the person off the board, the victim off the board. This card will get discarded, but they become saved. So when you're saved, you take one of your victims, and you have 6 different slots here to put them on Sheila's card. So take an improvised action card, take the long rest action card. I can move the horror track down 1. I can move the time up 2, move 1 space, or regain 2 health. Which I think that I am going to move the horror down again because I really want to be able to roll 3 dice on my turn because it's going to be very helpful. I need to do mega damage here. All right. So that is the upkeep phase. I have a lot of cards in my hand. So let's go ahead and I feel like I need to focus up just to get it here. I have enough time to not worry about it, hopefully. No, not with that hand. Oh my gosh! Why? Why? Okay, hold on. I will use Close Call, which play after any horror roll to reroll any 1 die, or for 2 time, like being able to move the time tracker down 2, I can roll all the die. And I think I'll just reroll 1 of them. Why? Come on! No! Okay, I'm gonna use another Close Call. I'm gonna do it 1 more time, and this time is the real one. This is a real one, okay? This is a real one. All right, everyone look away for a second. Close your eyes. Okay, hey, that's at least something. It's at least something. All right, I'll be able to get to the 3 die roll if I just discard 2 cards, which is fine. Why? That was so bad. Want to keep guard, that's for sure. I think I'll go ahead and get rid of short rest and my other focus because I've already gotten it now. So get rid of those. I get to decrease the horror track, and I take 1 time off. These are the worst die, and then they get rid of this. So now anytime I do a horror roll, because I'm in this section right here, I get to roll 3 die. Pretty dope. I know, big oof. Did you all do Ash Wednesday this morning? I got up earlier than I'm used to, which my body's just like changed in the past few years. Where I was waking up at 4:30 for many, many, many years because of Starbucks. And now like waking up at 5:45, I'm like, oh my gosh, why is it a time right now? I did it. Yeah, but we got up. Aaron and I came to the Ash Wednesday service, and it was great. I'm really glad that we did. Okay, everybody. You think I need to move to his space and give him a strike? I think so. I really think so. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a walk ability. Do I have a search in my hand? No. All right, let's get these 2 die. I'm gonna do a walk ability. Come on, 2 stars. Come on, 2 stars. Come on, 2 stars. Yeah, I'll mix them up a little bit. 1 star is something. Okay, we got 1 star. That's fine. I can move 1 space, and I lose 1 time. That's still okay. We're all right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and walk again because I have 2 walks. Just walk it out. Just walk it out. Just walk it out. And really hoping for at least a 1 here. Okay. I need him to. I need him to take damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one right here, which says move 1 space, but then I lose a heart, and I lose 2 time. This might be like a really like bonehead move. We'll see. So that's that. But now I'm gonna go ahead and do Furious Strike, and I'm gonna like just pray that I roll the right thing. I'm gonna try right-handed again. Ah, that hurt. Actually kind of hurts. No. No. Okay. Discard 2 cards. Oh, I could die right here. All right, I'll go ahead and discard 2 cards just so I can get rid of this. Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're just gonna back it up a little. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Thank you. That's what the whole point was. The whole point. I did 2 walks, so I'm gonna roll an extra die here, twice. That was a blank. It didn't freaking matter. It didn't freaking matter, okay? The last one I'm gonna just roll all 3 again for the Furious Strike and hope for the best. Well, I at least got 1. So the 1 will allow me to do 1 damage, which takes this off. Thank you. This goes away. So now I can get out of the boiler room, which I kind of need to. And I didn't have to waste my cards, but this also makes me stop my turn immediately, so I can't do anything else. Just, okay, that's all right. All right, so now I move on and do a boiler room phase. I'm gonna go ahead and slide the cards underneath this way. So now we end up with this little pattern right here. So like that. No Dr. Fright yet, we're still good. Now I kind of like, do I want to get out of here before he attacks me? I kind of want to, but I also kind of want to attack. I'm gonna go 1 more round and not worry. I need to build myself back up. So that's that. Now we're coming to the planning phase. I have a few to spend. I think I might go with the Retaliate just to hit him back. Retaliate's gonna cost me 4. It's not gonna be a very great turn, but at least I have a guard, I have a Retaliate, and that's what we'll do. So we'll reduce that to 1, 2, 3, 4 there. This goes back to 6. Old boyfriend says, oh, will they enter a space where, I don't think he actually enters a space where he's considered a victim. Yeah, he'll wait right there, which is pretty helpful for me. They don't enter a space where the guy is. Okay, so now we move on to the killer phase. And I suppose I'm gonna make this person move here with my megaphone. I should have done it earlier, but I forgot. It's okay. All right, killer phase. He can't attack me. He can't attack me. Wonderful. All right, so right now he has a base of 2 for every knife. So he's gonna be doing 2 damage to me. Now I am gonna go ahead and retaliate, which means I play this blue card. I roll 3 dice because I'm in that section. And hoping for the best here, at least give him a couple back. Yes, I rolled 2 stars, which means I ignore all damage from the attack and I do 2 to him. Boom, take that, Dr. Fright. Right in your face. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Put these cards back. Let's do that real fast. Okay. All right, so that was that ability. Now we're gonna do his terror card. Frankie's coming for you. If there are no victims on the board, discard this. Nope. Otherwise, move towards a victim. Hold on. I need to figure out if he will attack only me in the boiler room. I don't think so. So he's gonna move toward. Now the thing about this, like, even though I'm in his space, I'm not considered a victim. I'm the final girl, and this says move to a space with a victim. So he's gonna move with my boyfriend. Here's boyfriend, right there. Now, when that happens, if he's in a space with a victim, which he is now, I have to move up the horror track too. So now I'm back down to 2 dice roll. Thankfully, that's all he's gonna do. He's not killing anyone. He's not killed a whole lot of people, but I really need to get out of the boiler room. I made a mistake by not having any type of walking ability on my turn. That's okay. All right, so that's the killer phase. Panic phase, no one died. Upkeep phase, boyfriend will move into the space with me and reduce this by 2. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Oh, this should be here. Okay, that's all for that bit. Coming back to the action phase. Man, this guy's like just really giving me the business here. I need to save more people. I need to do more things. I have 4. So I definitely need a sprint to be able to get to him. And I really need, so that's 2. I really need some type of mega hit as well. I have a weak attack, which isn't a whole lot. But another retaliate would be super awesome, but there's no more on the board, and I don't have enough to spend anyways. 1, 2, I have only 2 more. I guess I'm gonna go with a close call and another close call. Just kind of get those in my hand. And then I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll take all the zeros as well and put those in my hand. All right, that was the, like, I'm not doing anything. I have no actions to do that I can actually afford. So that's the planning phase. This goes back up to 6. Old boyfriend's with me still. We're going to the killer phase. He doesn't do anything because no one's in his space. So we flip the next terror card. It came right through the yard. Move, slice, move, attack, attack me, and move 1 and slice. Oh man, he's about to, like, he was like just playing with me before. So he's gonna move there and attack me. I will go ahead and use my guard ability. So he doesn't do any damage to me. I roll. He's got 1, reduce it by 2. So I reduce the damage he did by 2. So he was doing 2, great, stopped him, perfect. But then it says, if the killer is in a house, move any, move it to any other house in the quadrant with a victim, and then slice and dice. So I'm gonna put him right here. Well, he would actually go to where the most victims are. So there, kill one. This moves up. That means his dark power happens. Flip this over because I reached this level here on the Bloodlust track. Flip that over. So now it says, each time Dr. Fright damages you, you know what I didn't do? Boiler room. Okay, I moved that next card up some, still didn't matter. Okay, we're good. I'm nervous now. Okay. Okay, that was retroactive. He moved there, he killed, his Bloodlust one moved up. He has a dark power, so each time Dr. Fright damages you, we move up the horror track. So super cool. This actually tells me to draw another event card for the last thing. What is going on over there? There's a lot of commotion on Maple Lane. I'm going to see what's up. Place one new victim in each exit area. Okay, so one new victim. Man, if I can just get these people saved, it would be awesome. But I need to get out of the boiler room first. I should have maybe this next turn, that's what I do. Get out of the boiler room. All right, so that's that. Okay, and then the upkeep phase, the panic phase. No, the panic phase is next. So I roll a die because there's still a victim alive in the house. I roll a die, whatever I roll, that's the direction they're gonna flee, probably. A 4. There's no exit for 4, so they just stay in the house with the killer. Super, super great idea. Okay, so then back to the top. No upkeep because the boyfriend doesn't move. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I have so far to go to get to him. Should I just like sprint? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and hope I can get there and like save all those people? If I can get out of the boiler room? I guess I'm gonna go ahead and short rest first to get a couple hearts back, just because I know stuff's gonna happen here real soon. I got 1 star, which gives me 1 health, but also decreases the time by 1. All right, so for my last bit here, like before I end my action phase, I'm gonna go ahead and do my boiler room action. I can do at least 1 during the action phase, and hopefully I can leave the boiler room and start saving some victims. Ah, he's there. He's peeping at me. All right. So that means he attacks me. Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. As soon as yeah, so he attacks me. He's still able to reach me with an attack. So he attacks me with his 2, and I think that I am glad that I healed myself because he attacks me for 2, and those just come right off. This is not, he just gets to attack me. He doesn't have to be in my space even. He's in my dreams, and he's got me. All right, so I am, however, back awake. So I take this off. I shuffle these cards so they're in a different spot. I freaking knew he was gonna be there. I just knew it. He's begging me. Now I put them like this. I put awake on the top because now I'm awake. But now I can start saving some people, which would be great. So I'm gonna walk. And hope for the best. Hey, boyfriend, let's get out of here. Okay, I can do that. I only need to move 1 space. That's great. So I move 1 here. My boyfriend follows. These 2 are now safe. My boyfriend is the other person. So I'm going to go ahead and get to 2 hearts because just, be ready for anything. And then my boyfriend, actually I'm gonna move 1 space. So I wanna get over here where these 2 can follow me here, and then I can hopefully get them all in here and flip my card over and get my bonus action. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprint now. And do I still have the sprint? Yes, I do. And just hope for the best. Okay, I can discard 2 cards in order to, I'll do walk and weak attack. So walk and weak attack are gone. Discard 2 because of this. I can move 3 spaces. 1, 2, they follow me to 3, and then all of these victims are saved. Glorious day, glorious day. This says take an improvised action card, which is right here. Put that in my hand. This one says take the long rest action card, put that in my hand. And then this one says move up 2 in the time. 1, 2. Actually should have lost 1 as well because of this, but it's good. And then that goes there. All of these come off, and then I flip my card over, and it says, if I want to, I can discard a card and get time, increase time. So instead of getting just 1 time back, I actually get 2. And it says for each additional victim saved, which I had quite a few, I think I had 3 left over, I get to move this down. 1, 2, 3. So now I'll be able to roll 3 dice, which is awesome. Just, saving the street. All right, but I'm no longer in the boiler room, so I can't even do any damage to him. So I really need to make sure I'm ready for whatever's next. That's a good card. That's a good card. These are good cards. I'm gonna go ahead and focus 1 time. Hopes. Okay, I got 1, which moves us here, which allows me to move the time up, but I just basically it's a net 0. That's fine. All right, so now we're moving on to the planning phase, and I get to start buying some stuff. Now I have 6. I think I'm gonna go with the critical blow because that's gonna take everything. And that would take me all the way down to 0, reset it. All right, killer phase. He is in that spot, so this person dies. This moves up, not great. Now the terror. Better lock the door. His focus is me, but he treats, when we're not in the boiler room, he treats everyone like they were me instead. So he gets to move 2 spaces. He'll move towards this way, towards this house. And then it says he targets anyone in a space and kills them. But that's it. During your next action phase, you may not move into any of the houses occupied by a victim. That's there. We're getting close to the end. As soon as we get through these 10 cards, he goes to the finale, and we start really seeing what's up, because it's not going to be very fun. So that's the killer phase. We go to the panic phase. No one panics. Upkeep phase. My boyfriend's safe and sound, back at home. I'll call him on the phone later. And then it goes back to me. You may not move. I can't even move anywhere. So I guess my next bet would be I'll go up there and try to save that person. Finally, the final crazy girl. Oh, hey, will you allow that? Chat. Oh, I read it. Automod didn't like your comment. It wasn't what they said it was. Okay, I'm gonna move. Do I still have a walk? I don't have a walk. Well, then I'm gonna make sure that I'm basically gonna just hold. I'm gonna make sure I get a sprint. I have 6 to spend. I'm gonna get a sprint. Did I not move these cards back? You all gotta help me here, because these would all be back, able to grab. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 2, 1, 2 for the sprint. I'm gonna get a retaliate, which is 4. And that's it. So then I reset back to 6. He does his ability, he doesn't have any ability to do it. But you can't be here. You're dead. Do the following based on how many victims have died. There are 4. So he moves up 2 in the bloodlust. Shoot. And then he does it. He targets. He moves and he attacks 1. Moves his bloodlust up again, which I think would have moved that there. So I'm down to 2 dice. Not looking super great. Yeah. Well, he got his tooth. He's gone. He's safe. He's home. I just gave him a little bit of Novocaine or Ambisol for his tooth. All right, killed. This one will panic. And it's a 3, and they don't have a 3 to exit, so they're gonna hang out with the killer again. Awesome. He's very close to putting me asleep. Sleep, sleep. All right, I feel like I need to upkeep phase. We're still good. Next round though, the upkeep phase will do his finale. So I'm gonna go ahead and move towards the center of the town, I think, with this sprint. And I can move not much. I guess I will discard 2 in order to move 2 spaces and meet me in the center. And I also lose a time. Go. Okay. And I'm pretty much ready for when he comes at me. I'm gonna go ahead and stop there, purchase my cards, and I wanna make sure I have 4. I really need to make sure he's like good and taken care of here, because I'm just about to go to the boiler room. I'm gonna go ahead and do Furious Strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take a walk. 7, 8, 9, 10, just in case. All right, and then all of these cards get put back. We're getting really close to the end here, everyone. It's gonna be really close. It's gonna be super close. All right, killer, he kills this victim. Bada boom. Bloodlust goes up. Now he's at a 4/4. So 4 movement for every boot he gets, 4 damage for every knife that he gets. Awesome. And then we do the Terror. This is the last one in this deck. Blurred Reality. Until the next killer phase, you and Dr. Fright may damage each other even if you are awake. Well, we're about to we're in where are we type of phase. So, and then he does a move, which he's allowed to move 4, comes right at me, and he attacks for 4. Now I have a Retaliate, which thankfully I grabbed. So I get to roll 2 dice. Whoops, sorry. And I rolled 1 star. I get to reduce the attack by 2. So I will take 2, shoot. And he's gonna take 1 from the Retaliate. It's gonna be very close, very close. But that's his turn. So now it's up to me on my Furious Strike. Critical blow. All right. I need to all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do a long rest just to get me some hearts back to start. Okay, got 1. So that means I move this down. Well, it should have been there. 1, 2, and I get 3 hearts back, which will put me at full health. Okay, great. I needed that. Now I'm going to go ahead and critical blow him. If I land this, it could be the killing blow. Don't screw it. Do I want to try to focus up and try to get 3 dice? I don't have a focus. I don't have any way. Oh, maybe I'll do, no, okay. We'll do this. Yeah, we'll do this one first. That's fine. Oh. I basically have to waste some cards now. I rolled 2 4s, which means I can discard cards. If I don't discard 4 cards, I have to end my turn immediately. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives me 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. I reduce this to there, so it gives me an extra die to roll. Now I'm gonna go Furious Strike. It's gonna be really close. Ooh, I rolled 2, which is great, which means I do 2 damage and reduce this by 1. Now, if ever either of us get down to our last hit point, I get an extra die to roll, which is really cool. That's like, it's like adrenaline pumping for me. So that goes over here. All right, I can't do any more. I can't do any more damage. I made a mistake. I should have, did I get rid of a weak attack? I'm gonna go ahead and pretend like I didn't get rid of this weak attack and got rid of improvise instead, and I'm gonna roll. I'm learning the game. I'm gonna go ahead and play a weak attack for my last one. And it doesn't matter anyways because I rolled very poorly, but I do have this close call, which I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll all the die. I subtract this by 2. This is like it right here. Last roll, this is like, it's me or him, probably, unless he comes back to life. 3 stars, that means I have 1 more hit. So I flip this over. Now, if this right here has any hearts on the back of it, he comes back to life with that many health. Now they're random. I just grabbed 2 random ones for myself and for him before the game started. I'm really hoping that was it though. So here we go. Yes. All right, he's dead. He's dead. We did it. Dr. Fright is, I'm gonna just put him up. He's dead. There we go. That was awesome. That was like very close. Now I don't think I wasn't able to search a lot of the houses to get more gear. The gear would have really, really helped me, but I was able to build up kind of like all the stuff I needed in order to give him those big, big hits at the end. If we had continued, this would have been empty. So we would have flipped over this top card for the finale. And then he would have had Fright Your Face, and then which just allows him to like really be brutal, like more hits, more hits, more hits. So awesome. That was a whole lot of fun. I think for a solo game, I have some pretty like high standards for solo games. And this one like hits all of those standards. Like I don't want to play a solo game for points. That sounds awful. Like I know there's a lot of games out there that you can like, oh, it has a solo play mechanic. Like, okay, cool. What am I trying to do? Like, oh, well, if you get 15 points, it means you did pretty poorly. If you get 20 points, you did all right. And so like having a game where I have like an end goal in mind, like, hey, I'm going to save people and I'm going to defeat this bad guy. And if I can do those things, I win. It's kind of like Marvel Champions. Marvel Champions is the same deal. Like I'm not going for like numbers. Like I'm going to actually defeat the baddie. So for me, like this does such a good job of making it so close, hit or miss. I obviously rolled pretty poorly several times, but I think it balanced out really well. So overall, super fun game. I highly recommend picking it up. You can get, I think you spend about $30 and get the base game and then one of the feature films. Like there's again like a bunch of different ones. There's this one, there's a poltergeist, there's a carnival guy, Jason type character with a butcher knife. So if horror is kind of your jam, go for it. If it's not, I also recommend it. Like I'm not scared. I actually I do need to practice. I know. So, well, I'm nervous. I'm usually a right-hand roller, so I'm not sure, like, So, I need to practice my left hand a little bit more. Before I played, like, I had this game set up at home with my kids around. I was like, hey, is this scary? And they're like, what? Like, is this scary? No. So I was like, okay, good. Like, just really, like, if you can see the cards from the top down, that's as scary as it gets. Like, I don't like being stabbed with a pitchfork, but that's it. So thank you all so much for hanging out. We're going to do a raid here in just a minute. Now, I will say this. I don't know if I'm going to be back next week. I don't really know exactly what the surgery will hold. We'll find out. I'll know probably more on Monday how I feel. But I will be back tomorrow morning with Bubba for Matt and Beard Bros presents Matt and Bubba in the morning. We'll talk a little bit more about this game. We'll talk about some more solo games that we enjoy. We'll probably even play a couple, not solo games, but some games with you all if you're interested on Board Game Arena. So stick around for a raid. I think Luke's trying to find someone to raid right now. He's peeping it. I do this, we at LTN do this because we want you to know that we love you and also Jesus loves you. And that's super important for us to tell you that. If you want to talk more about that, please let me know. You can find me on our Discord, !Discord in the chat here, or you can go to lovethynerd.com/Discord. Just really would like to talk more about that with you. And play games with you all and just build relationships. So thank you all so much.